Hey, this is Nicole Kelly, host of Disarming Disability. Thanks for listening to the following show on Public House Media.
This is Julianne Condia, host of Rewritten, here on Public House Media. Thank you so much for listening to the following broadcast on Public House Media. Once you are done with this episode, I hope you'll come check out my show, Rewritten, where we will talk about you having limitless potential and can rewrite your story at any time. No matter your background, your past, or current situation, you can have the type of life you crave. A new show comes out every single Monday. Don't forget to subscribe on iTunes so you never miss an episode of Rewritten. Thanks again for checking out the following broadcast on Public House Media.
Hello everyone, it is No Filter Friday on Public House Media. I cannot even begin to tell you how hard it was to get logged in and live tonight. It's taken me what feels like forever and a day. Like, I've already drank like half of this LaCroix just trying to get this going. Like, you don't even understand. So, with that being said, I'm going to take a second to share the show, if I can. If it'll even work. Hello, David Bobkey. Thank you for waiting around on me. I've literally never had such a hard time getting the show going, like, other than a day where, like, my power was out or something and I literally, like, couldn't do the show at all. Like, that's how hard of a time I'm over here having. I think I might have to do this from my phone. I don't even know if I can do it from there. Anyway, so I'm taking a second to share the show. You should also take a second to share the show. Make all of our lives easier. Let's see here. Public House Media. I cannot even begin to tell you how. Okay, so share. Right, post. Post. Okay, so I'm going to leave it up to you guys to share the rest of the way. And I can't even use tags like I used to because my numbers just, dwindle and nobody sees it. So I'm relying on you wonderful people for the tagging and the sharing because I need you. This is not the time to bother me, Dropbox. Oh, hello, Roger Neal. Does my... Sounds good. Does it? I'm surprised I have a voice at all. Oh my goodness. I lost my voice last week. It was like more than a week. It was rough. I was like absolutely down for the count. Hashtag sharing is caring. That's right. It is. Sharing is caring. Hello, Alexa. Thanks for coming in. Meanwhile, I'm over here with my half a LaCroix. It's like not even lasting. Half a LaCroix. Good to see you and you're back. Yeah. It's like you forget how inconvenient it is to like not have a voice like at all. Because these days directing and producing the show that I'm on, it's multicam, so I have to like it's a lot of people, it's a lot of talking. And I have to like yell across the room because I'm like way behind a village and it's hard on my voice. And then when I'm done doing that for 10 hours a day, I leave and I get in the car to try to come home in traffic, and then I have to do all my other phone calls and stuff that I didn't get to do during the day because I'm like working like a lot. So it's like stacking up and my voice just bit it. But you know what? I have a sneaking suspicion that one of the people that I had on my post team, the sneaking suspicion, one of them gave me a little bug because she went home, or she didn't come in one day, and she's like, oh, I'm sick, and I'm like, okay, and then like 2 days later, I'm like, blame. I'm placing blame. That's what I'm doing for my lost voice. But now it's back, so I just had to like not talk to anybody for days. And if you know Steven at all, you know that's like not possible for him to like deal with. So here I am back in action. And like the thing is, like, there's so many things that have happened over the last week. Like, I really don't even know where to start, but I think we should absolutely be throwing shade at the royal family, because this nonsense with Prince Andrew is just, if it wasn't so horrific, it would be hilarious. Like, really? You really expect us to believe this crap? So I think I read his statement a couple shows back about how he categorically denies having relations with any of these people. And, he only knew Jeff Epstein back in the day, except for all of these people have been having parties long after he got convicted the first time. And Prince Andrew's been on Jeff Epstein's plane, affectionately known as the Lolita Express, on multiple occasions. Oh, hello, Lauren. Thanks for coming in. Multiple times. Plenty of times after his first conviction. And one of the girls that's a part of the, accusation panel for Jeff Epstein, it's like, yeah, he made me sleep with Prince Andrew, and he sucked my toes, and I had to draw a bath for myself, and blah, 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 blah. Like, she was explicitly detailed about it, which we know what happens when you're asking for a story and it has serious details that don't even matter. That means it's real. And the thing is, too, is like, everyone knows royals throughout history. They're notorious for having these weird little fetishes. And surprise, surprise, Prince Andrew has a thing for sucking on little girls' toes while he's raping them. Color me shocked. Oh my God. So his secretary put out a statement about how he denies these allegations and he maintains his innocence and la 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 la. I mean, just, a royal memo of crap. Like, no one believes this nonsense. And so they've been trying so hard to like push all of the press onto Meghan Markle or Kate if they can, or their kids, or like just anything but the rest of the royal family. And I think we might have talked about this, like briefly glossed over this, but the Queen is always on, summer vacations this time of year. And everybody had to go up to the Holyrood house, up to and including, like, the whole family had to go. Everybody was in separate wings, and Sarah Ferguson was there, which is very interesting because Sarah Ferguson's divorced. She has zero obligation to be there, yet she got called up to the big house in the north, and now they're off at Balmoral in Scotland doing more. And the press is making this big giant show about, oh my God, Meghan and Harry aren't going. Oh my goodness, they must have such a good excuse, blah, 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 blah. They don't have an excuse. They're being buzzed around to keep the prying eyes off of the press, and the limelight and the prying eyes off of Andrew and the entire, I guess they'd be press secretaries. I'm not exactly sure what their titles would be, but like the entire PR wing for the royal family is up at Balmoral right now trying to figure out how they're going to deflect and hide his pedo behind somewhere in a dungeon somewhere where he belongs. So then they dropped this bomb today, I think, something like that. But there's pictures of Prince Andrew with Virginia Roberts at Ghislaine Maxwell's house and other places. And he's saying, the royal family is saying, that, oh, those pictures aren't real. They're photoshopped. That's someone else's head on his body. Really? We're supposed to believe this? Oh, hello, Christopher Kristen. How are you? Thanks for coming in. we're supposed to believe this? Like, really? Seriously? Like, they need to shut up, or they need to, like, sacrifice him and throw him to the wolves. Because the thing is like, again, royals have been, have these fetishes and proclivities since since the dawn of time. Like, that's not anything new, but, like, the Windsors are hanging by a thread. Grandma can't last that much longer. She's old as dirt. She's put in her time. She's dedicated her whole life to this thing. And nobody can stand Charles, and they certainly can't stand Camilla, so that's not going to work out. And they've been using William and Harry and their wives as press punching bags. So I'm not exactly sure how they think this is going to go, that the public is just going to eat these blatant lies that we all know isn't correct. Like, it's not the 90s anymore. Like, nobody's going to work with this craziness. Like, the amount of shade that the press throws at Meghan and Harry and Kate and William and their kids and how much they spend and what they wear and their friends and their this and their that, like, constant barrage of, like, fake news. Like, literally no one cares. And the funny thing is like, you look at the comments in these, like, articles that get posted, and everyone's like, no one cares, irrelevant, why are you posting this, this is dumb, this is stupid, this wasn't even an announcement. I mean, these press outlets get berated in their comments for putting this stuff out, and yet they continue to do it, which, like, people live for clicks. Like, they live for it. And although that is engagement, like, consistently putting out content that your viewers, especially someone who works in the digital space like that, like, if you're consistently putting out content that your viewers are telling you loud and clear over and over again that's not what they're into, like, this is dumb, stop posting this, you will sink your entire publication. You'll sink your entire platform. Like, it's a bad idea. So obviously somebody's putting them up to it. But on top of that, I saw this thing on Robertson. Let me see if I can find it. It was really interesting. Like, I feel like I spend enough time on Robertson because there's a Chanel there and, the Ivy, but I'm always going down Robertson one way and not coming back up at the other. Like, I'm always going away from Sunset, not towards it. So I saw this when I was doing, Memorial Day sales, and it's on the side of a building there's a gas station sign down there. It's like at the gas station, it's like 3rd. Yeah, it's like 3rd, it's like where 3rd Street meets Robertson, and there's a gas station right there that's wholly overpriced, but that's a whole other conversation. So this is really interesting. It's this giant thing, and it's been there for a while. Like, it's kind of weathered. It says Janice Min, the former dethroned editor of the Passe Hollywood Reporter, used the trade paper for her personal agenda and enrichment. On Real Time with Bill Maher in October of 2017, Janice Min recalled that she had become aware that Harvey Weinstein was allegedly sexually assaulting women in 2010, over 7 years before the story broke. For years, she took his ad dollars and promoted his movies. In April of 2017, The Hollywood Reporter dubbed him the Indie King. Hashtag Janice Min knew. Boycott to the Hollywood Reporter and its advertisers such as American Airlines, Rolex, Cartier, Guess, Jimmy Choo, First Republic Bank, and the Malibu Beach Inn until she's no longer part owner of Hollywood Reporter. So at the bottom it says strategist for Valence Media and no longer has consulting gigs with NBC Universal Cable Entertainment. This has been up there for a while. I can't believe I haven't noticed it, but somebody felt so strongly about the former editor of the Hollywood Reporter, Janice Min, that they made a 3-piece, it's not as big as a billboard, but it's very close, and like got up there and stuck it on this building, and it stayed up there, which is crazy to me. And like that building is for lease under J. Lux, who's like one of the handful of like commercial real estate agents around here. But nobody's taken it down. Nobody said anything. Like, I'm shocked. Like, I'm absolutely shocked that this, like, has survived for so long. It's crazy. But that begs the question, like, yes, everybody in town knew. Everyone knew that. Like, who was really responsible? And, like, since then, since her, like, dethronement from Hollywood Reporter, as they put it, like, Hollywood Reporters ran lots of articles on it. And, like, I don't think anybody at any publication was running these articles like they were surprised, like it was breaking news. Oh, my God, we're so shocked. Because, yeah, everybody knew. And even when the story broke, everyone's like, this is a story? We all know this. Is that a thing? We were more shocked by like the fact that the story got printed and it gained momentum, and here we are years later still in the throes of this. So I don't know, is it really her fault that the Hollywood Reporter didn't say anything? Like, is it really that huge of a deal? But because like nobody else said anything either. Like, I don't know that that's really. I think it's cool that the sign is there and people are being held accountable in some weird, bizarre way. But like, is that really something that we're gonna freak out about? Where is the? Okay, here it is. Let's see if this is it. Oh, yep, there it is. Janice Min. So. This is an old Hollywood Reporter because I think it's Kerry Washington. Yeah, Kerry Washington and Christian Louboutin are on the cover. So Janice Min was the president and chief creative officer. And underneath her, she had Matthew Bologna, Allison Brower, Shanti Mylar, Tom Seeley, Sudie Redman, Stephen Galloway, Jennifer Lasky, Jeannie Pun, Peter Flax, and Joel Bell Bruno. And editor-at-large was Kim Masters. So, I mean, is it really... Like, there's a lot of people and the credits here. Like, a lot of people. So was it just her fault? Can't really say that it was. I mean, not from where I'm sitting anyway. But, yet again... I'm sitting in my bedroom at my desk in front of my purple wall with barely an internet connection. Barely, even though this laptop never goes anywhere. It should be a desktop because it doesn't go anywhere. I don't know. I'm more shocked that that sign got to stay there and like all this shade is being thrown at the Hollywood Reporter. But I've gotten some good names from THR articles. Like, I don't even have anything specific. Like, I feel like I've really used it consistently over the past 2 years. Because now tonight is our 91st episode of No Filter Friday. Again, with no end in sight. And I don't know. What do you think? Do you think Hollywood Reporter has redeemed themselves as a publication now that they keep running these articles with good sources? Or, you know, are they still in the doghouse? I can't really tell. Because if Lord knows I can't stand the mainstream media. That's obvious. But they also all reported that Jeffrey Epstein committed suicide in jail, and both cameras outside of his cell malfunctioned, and he was taken off suicide watch, and he didn't have the guard that he normally had, and they don't remember anything, and He somehow hung himself with bed sheets that were attached to a wall. Except he's already been to prison for what he was in jail for now and survived. They're all reporting that, and we're all just supposed to lap that up like a bunch of stray cats at a free bowl of milk. We're all just supposed to roll with it. So I don't know. I can't say that like any one particular person is to blame in the media for not breaking these stories, because like people, at least around town, like everybody knew it wasn't a story. Like it wasn't news. It wasn't shocking. It wasn't anything. It was common knowledge. Common knowledge. Like people say open secret like in the media because it's like kind of like it's like a provocative phrase, but like it wasn't really an open secret. It was common knowledge. Like you didn't really talk about it because it'd be like talking about like, oh, water's wet. Yeah, we know. Thanks, Captain Obvious. Like it wasn't really a thing. So let me know in the comments, do you feel like Hollywood reporters redeem themselves, at least in some way? Or if it's like actually this lady's fault. But if you're cruising up Robertson, like towards Melrose, towards Santa Monica, towards Sunset, check it out. See what you think of this sign, because I think it's really, really, really neat that it's still up there. That is the crazy part to me. So I will see you all next week, barring I don't lose my voice and I retain an internet connection. And it will be super funsies. Check out other shows on Public House Media that aren't nearly as dark and twisted as this one. Like Confessions of a Military Spouse and Booties and Headcanons and Choose to Rise and all of those super, super, super fun shows that are not at all like this one. And get them wherever you get your podcast. Oh, wait, we have a comment from Lauren. Think they all just report what makes them money. They'll flip so easily. The story wouldn't make money then, but it does now. That's 100% true. It's 100% true. Once the New Yorker broke the story, then everybody's got the Me Too, the Me Too news, and myself included. Not that I make $0 at this. I probably make negative money, but post it back. Oh yeah, I'll post the picture in the comments to the video. That way you can see it. You can judge with your own side eyes, because I like judging with my own side eyes, and I don't want you to be deprived of that. So check out other shows on the network. Check out the picture in the comments that I'm going to leave, and let me know what you think, and I will see you all next week for another hellacious No Filter Friday. Bye, 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 bye. Bye, bye.